On our first day in Istanbul, we decided to take a food tour to get acclimated to the city and try some great food spots picked out by a local. We all loved this experience. It's such a great way to truly immerse yourself in the culture, learning about both the history and the daily lives of the people. Our first few stops were on the northern European side in the neighborhood of Karaköy.
Rice pudding is like a marshmallow but cooked with chicken.
Some of the highlights here were bal kamek, which was a honey buffalo clotted cream, which had to be served fresh within 24 hours. A sliced sausage that was very much akin to pepperoni. An egg dish that was cooked with tomato. Also, the tavukgöğsü, which was a rice pudding made with chicken. This one was interesting. It had a very chewy marshmallow texture, but the flavor was great.
This stuff called simit. It's a bagel. When you are walking around the street, you will see the bagel, corn, and chestnuts. Those are the three. Okay.
Did you try it yet?
No, I was waiting.
Tavukgöğsü is the name of the dessert.
So after our incredible breakfast, we walked to this darling neighborhood of Karaköy. And if you've been on Instagram at all, this is exactly what you're seeing. Everything had art on the walls. There were lights hanging between buildings, beautiful foliage, and it was just so picturesque. And the reason why we went to this neighborhood was to get authentic Turkish coffee.
What do you think?
It's mellow.
It's really mellow.
Yeah, it's earthy.
It is earthy.
Okay, we got a buddy.
They call her or him bikini, by the way. Bikini. But in Turkish, bikini.
Christina needs to come to Istanbul. Next, we got to try authentic baklava.
The Lebanese one is dry. This is with more syrup and fresh. This company, they start 2:30 a.m. and they make it until 8:30. So the shop is open. Recently, they started to make the one over there. They call it called baklava, which I don't believe it. Just because of the shape, they called it baklava.
It turns out that if it's not made with pistachios, it's not the real deal. And it's definitely a different dessert. In the past, I've had baklava made with different nuts or even vegetables that are dyed. And I had no idea. But when you try the real baklava, it's gorgeous. It melts in your mouth. It's so buttery and rich, but balanced and sweet and just to die for.
We are on our food tour right now. So far, we've been up a couple places. We just had baklava.
I'm already full.
It was so good, so good.
Had Turkish coffee. Now we're gonna go get on the ferry.
I love the food tour idea. This guy just basically gives us lots of history, gives us lots of information, takes us to all the cool spots.
So our next stop was probably my favorite, and that was so unexpected. Our guide told us that the next treat was made from intestines, and in general, that isn't my go-to order, but I don't shy away from trying new things. And this was so garlicky and had a little bit of spice and so many layers of flavor that I would have eaten it day after day after day.
This place also served us midye dolma, which is a stuffed mussel with spiced rice. It is a classic Turkish street food that you can find served all over the city. The Asian side of Istanbul is definitely not to be missed. We wandered the packed streets that had tons of different restaurants and shops, markets, everything from olives, dried fruit, nuts, and lots of fresh seafood. It also had tons of really good restaurants. Our guide basically told us that if you want to eat, this is the place to go.
Chili pepper on it. Onion with sumac. Sumac is lemony salted and spicy. Cabbage. This is freshly pickled. I just like it, that's why they serve it. Since you're okay with the spicy, they make the bread with olive oil and some spice oil. It is similar to the chili pepper that you have the other place. And the pomegranates on top. What we will do is...
The grand finale on our food tour was outstanding. We were served several different types of meat, including liver. Liver in general is also not my favorite, but as I've said before, I'm willing to try anything. And this was so delicious. Everyone loved it. We were also given beef, lamb, and chicken, and they were all layered in between the bread that had a spice on it, and then we got to layer it up with the different things that you see here. So many different things going on. You had bright, sour, sweet, tangy, savory. It was just incredible.
If you're okay with spicy, you can use the spicy.
After our guide left us, we decided to continue wandering around Karaköy, the Asian side. There were so many different areas to explore, and we decided to do a little shopping.
So Jen, tell me about your day.
Ate so much food. I gotta try to remember everything. I had Turkish coffee the first time, which honestly is not my favorite. The first third's good, then it gets a little bit too gritty for me. Just ate so much food. We walked around. Our guide was incredible. I'm so happy. I just from here on out always want to get to know a place by the food, for sure. And now we're going back to the European side, and I think we're going to walk back to the hotel and relax for a little bit.
Room service.
I'm so excited.